What the fuck? God damn it, Francis. I just want to relax after a really long fucking day of work. Alright, well. What's this? Give me a call and I'll explain. What the hell does he have in store for me this time? Mushy mush? Francis, what the hell did you do this time? What do you mean, Matthew? Oh, is it the spooky toys I left at your home? Oh, I don't know. Do you want to talk to him? Very funny, Matthew. You see, this is why I chose you, to back up financially. Yeah, whatever, dude. Why are they even here? Well, Matthew, it's a bit complicated. But I'll summarize it in a way you'll understand. You see, I have a good friend who owns a food entertainment enterprise, and he requested that I hold on to these puppies due to some sort of investigation of some kind. An investigation? What is that, some kind of legal shit? I don't really know. All I know is that I owed Mr. Afton a favor, and couldn't fit them in my garage, unfortunately, due to all my Bugattis and Lamborghinis. Taking up so much space. So since you owed me some favors... Yeah, you dropped them off, I get it. Who the hell is Mr. Afton anyways? As much as I would love to chit-chat with you about spooky animatronics, I best be going off now. I have a meeting with a senator soon. Oh, by the way, there is a phone with pre-recorded messages on it. It'll help you get through your night. Oh, also, there's a package I left for you also that should help you a great deal. Ciao! Wait, Francis, hold on. How long are they gonna be... Here. Okay, so it looks like there's a message, but there's also a package inside. What the hell? God damn it, Francis. Well! Five Nights at Freddy's Core Collection for the Nintendo Switch. Great, you sick bastard. Well, at least you guys aren't actually honored animatronics. That's nice and all. Oh, God. Anyways, on to introductions. Five Nights at Freddy's. Oh, boy. Okay, in case you guys don't know who or what this fucking bear stands for, I'm gonna give you a little crash course on it. The franchise is essentially made by an independent developer named Scott Cawthon, who was well known for pretty much making all kinds of random obscure Christian games and all kinds of, goofy shit like that. He's a big troll. My feelings for Scott Cawthon can pretty much be summed up in a 3 Days Grace song. So, Five Nights at Freddy's is a horror game franchise, a survival horror game franchise to be more precise. You take control as a night guard or night watchman. You're pretty much overseeing a horrifying, haunted pizzeria that's pretty much a one-to-one parody of Chuck E. Cheese. And, it is a very convoluted story, very ridiculous plot lines, all kinds of super open-ended bullshit plot twist and concept fucking, God. Anyways, so, but I'm not here to talk about the story or lore or anything like that. I'm here to talk about them as games themselves. Because God knows there's plenty of other channels that could explain the narrative and the story better than I could ever possibly fathom. And trust me, I've been with this franchise since day one when I was in middle school, okay? I've been with this franchise since the day it fucking came out, okay? And I still don't really understand the lore of this series. I promise you, it is ridiculous. Anyways, so this franchise means a lot to me. I mean, because I grew up with this franchise, especially when I was in middle school, listening to fucking Mando Pony survive the night while doing my homework. Not joking. A lot of us did it. Anyways, so without further ado, let's just get down to it. I'm going to be reviewing the Five Nights at Freddy's Core Collection on the Nintendo Switch because I thought it would be fun to do it, and it's a different way of playing FNAF. Because God knows there is a shitload of ways to play this franchise. PC, mobile, on your phone. And then you also got the console versions of the games. And then you also got random FNAF fan games and all kinds of shit. It's a whole ordeal. So I thought the Switch version would be an interesting way of playing the series. So yeah. Well, it's going to be 12 a.m. in about a minute. By the logic of the games, they should, come to life and spook the hell out of me. But, nah, I'm not worried about it. But in the meantime, I guess I could just wait for it to become midnight, and then they don't happen. I guess I can just go to bed. Shit. Hello. Well, if you're hearing this,
then chances are you've made a very poor career choice.
No, the fuck I didn't. This was literally forced upon me.
Anyways, let me help you get settled in on your first night, okay? I will say that the animatronics do get a bit quirky at night, but honestly they're harmless. They'll likely just try to get near you since you're new here. It is recommended, however, that you do check in on them. So you have a computer monitor that are connected to surveillance cameras around the building in different rooms. Just check on them from time to time and try to keep them at bay. However, there is one that is rather aggressive compared to the rest, but he's not that bad. If you stop looking at him long enough, the fox will try to run at you, and all you gotta do is just flash your light at him from time to time. He's not a fan of bright lights. Anyways, I won't take up too much of your time, but oh yeah, one more thing, about Freddy. He is the friendliest of them all, so he'll be your companion, but there is one thing though. He is rather secretive, and he's a master at manipulating. He may lure you into a false sense of security, and whatever, just don't get too close to him, okay? It's likely he will, try to pull a fast one on you, but really just, just maintain a certain distance from them, and just keep to yourself, and they'll keep to themselves, for the most part at least. Anyways, I'm sure your night will be fine. I'm sure you got a lot on your plate as well. Anyways, so, have a good night.
Huh? Shit. Oh, well. You never really use anything in the training at workplaces anyway, so whatever. Alright, so, if I'm gonna do this, I refuse to do it sober and alone. So, Freddy Fazbear, get your probo ass in here. You're the mascot, you're the leader of the crew, buddy. You should know how to do this shit, right? Let's do it! Five Nights at Freddy's! Is this where you wanna be? I just don't get it! Why do you wanna say? Five Nights at Freddy's. Man, I remember when this game came out on August 8th, 2014. Oh man, I remember this game took the world by storm when Markiplier and Matt Pat came out and were playing this fucking game, and oh boy, I remember this shit. I remember getting the heebie-jeebies scared shit out of my pants by watching the gameplay, and also, playing it myself. This game essentially changed the whole landscape for when it came to survival horror. So, with the gameplay is pretty much self-explanatory, really. You just gotta survive 5 nights in this shitty, rundown, haunted pizzeria, just filled with all kinds of demons. So the animatronics you're pretty much fending off against are 4 animatronics. Well, technically 5, because there's another one. There's a golden Freddy bear. Anyways, so you got Freddy, Chica, Bonnie, and Foxy. Freddy's, he's the main guy, he's the guy that likes to just sit there in the dark, look you so tenderly in the eyes as he roars a mighty roar with laughter. Then you got Chica, who's always fucking around in the kitchen, messing with shit. Then you got Bonnie, who's always just, tweaking out, looking at you in the storage room, and just really giving me uncomfortable, sexy eyes. I don't like this. Then you got Foxy, the man, the myth, the legend, that always likes to peek his head out of the curtain. Then he likes to run at you, and then, kind of jump scare, and then kind of kill you. It's really weird the way this jump scare is kind of set up. It's not really scary. It's more so just, he's just, checking in on you, see how you doing. I think one of the best things about this game is really just the world building of it. You see, this whole place just feels like a awful place that I do not want to be inside of. The environments and the world around you, the music, the ambience, the sound design in this game feels so alive. It feels terrifying, especially when you hear the animatronics movements like footsteps, breathing, the creepy-ass carnival music that plays in the background. It's a little bit distorted. Then you hear Foxy fucking singing a little song. Dum 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 dum. They feel real, and it's not okay. Anyways, so your only means of defense in this game is checking cameras, using your light to see if they're outside your hallway, shut the door, but wait a second, no, you can't use too much power or else it goes out, and Freddy likes to come up there and scare the fuck out of you with creepy-ass music with his glowing face and eyes, and then he likes to do a little bit of a little boo.
the game over screen shows you that fucking stuffed inside of an animatronic suit with your eyeballs popping out. Thanks for the heads up, phone guy.
The only parts of you that would likely see the light of day again would be your eyeballs and teeth when they pop out the front of the mask. Yeah, they don't tell you these things when you sign up. But hey, first station of the breeze.
Anyways, so what exactly makes this game so intriguing? Is it the lore? Is it the mysterious vibe of it? Yeah, pretty much. Anyways, so as the week progresses, the animatronics get more difficult and difficult until you get to the 5th night, where they're, relatively difficult, until you get to the 6th night. I know this is called Five Nights at Freddy's, but there's a 6th night, and it's pretty difficult too. And then you got Custom Night, which is essentially just like a little free mode where you can raise the difficulty settings on all of them, and then just fuck around. At the end of your week, you get a paycheck of a solid $120. $120, huh? Fuck you. And, yeah, no, that's pretty much it. This game's a classic.
What the hell are they doing in there? Well, he did say they get quirky at night. Well, that's the first installment of the franchise, Five Nights at Freddy's. It's a goodie and it's a classic. Anyway, so let's see what time it is. It's 1 a.m. Shit! Yes, Freddy, I'm aware that the night is still young. Okay? I see the time, okay? Fuck. Alright, FNAF 2. Let's go. What the hell is that? Get your ass out of here! Jeez Louise, what the hell? Yeah! Yeah, you keep walking, asshole!
You can try if you like to survive 5 more nights. Five Nights at Freddy's 2. Oh boy. This game is... oh, God. Anyways, so one of the things I really enjoy about this game is that it feels like a perfect sequel to the first game. You see, in this game, you are pretty much doing the same goddamn thing, except you are limited. All the means of defense you had is gone. Great. So no more doors. Okay, that's fun. I like this. This is really cool. The phone guy is back and he pretty much gives you the rundown of what you do. You see, you got this Freddy Fazbear mask that you put on. So the animatronics pretty much think that you're one of them, so they won't try to stuff you into a fucking costume or try to kill you. This game has an expanding roster of animatronics, adding at least 5 more animatronics from the first game. So you got about, I don't know, what, like 10 now? You pretty much got the new lineup, the old lineup, a bunch of random occurrences like Shadow Freddy and Shadow Bonnie. Then you got the puppet where you gotta wind this stupid music box every fucking 5 seconds while you're juggling, trying to shoot the light at fucking FOXY. But also, every time you get off your fucking camera, you have to make sure you click the goddamn mask button so you don't get fucking jump scared and murdered constantly. God, this game is filled with high maintenance. It is so fast-paced because shit can go wrong so fast, especially when a little piece of shit with a balloon decides to steal your fucking batteries and take away your only means of defense against some motherfuckers that like to sit there in the hallway. One of the things I like about this game, too, is that it pretty much continues the overall lore and story and even expands upon the first game. And after every death you get in this game, there's these little 8-bit mini-games. They're pretty much little puzzle pieces you can just take a gander at and see what's going on here, what really happened, and why are things the way they are. And then you also have these really strange cutscenes where you're pretty much in like a first-person perspective, and you're pretty much just like looking around through the inside of Freddy Fazbear, staring at the puppet as he's following you, and you get to look at the other animatronics. It's really weird. It's a really strange and really unsettling scenario that I really would not like to be in, and it's really fucking creepy, especially with the music and the sounds and all kinds of fucked up shit. But I also really do love the amount of care and love that was put into this game, especially with a lot of the ambience, some of the alarms sounding, and all kinds of crazy shit that goes on in this game. This game's an absolute unit. It is very fast, very high-paced, very action-oriented. While the first game was more so about strategizing your power usage, this game is more about reaction times, where you're pretty much just trying to manage 6 different things at once so that you don't get jump scared by at least one of them. If you fuck up a single time, you are going to get punished hard for it, because God forbid you're spending too much time flashing your light at FOXY, running your battery power, and then you also have to worry about winding up the music box constantly, but then you also have to essentially check the vents constantly because the animatronics like to pop up from the vents. And God forbid you don't put the mask on when you bring the camera down, because if you don't do that, you have a high chance of getting absolutely dicked down by one of the animatronics. I tell you, it pretty much became muscle memory now. I can never play this game a normal way again after figuring out the method. You see, the method is essentially every time you bring down your camera, immediately press the mask button so that you can immediately put the mask on, and it gives you that little bitty window of time before the animatronic kills you. And yeah, pretty much that's it. What I find to be really, really interesting about the way they do this, but not only does this game feel a bit more intimate, because you can actually see the animatronics moving in your room, because you actually see the animatronics in the office, like they're actually there and they're moving from side to side. You actually are close to them. In the first game, you only saw them out in the door on cameras, and then whenever they jump scare you. Actually seeing them in your office space is kind of frightening. Like, I know they're just like a JPEG image that's just moving around constantly, that has custom animations for that, specific action, but they feel real. Overall, though, I think this is probably one of the best sequels in any game I've ever played.
Yeah, it was really crazy how high maintenance this game was, especially with the severe amount of tasks you had to do and the constant amount of fucking animatronics that are just, swarming you and trying to... Hello? The hell? What the... Oh, I like the lights on. Cool, and it... Oh, hell no! Nope. I am not dealing with your bullshit, okay? I put up enough with you in the game, and I'm not putting up with you in real life, okay? I've held enough of animatronics in my fucking house, okay? I'm not dealing with you, you stupid fat rainbow stripe wearing diabetic prepubescent googly eye Steve Urkel wearing propeller hat battery stealing bitch! Shit. You know what? I think I deserve that. I deserve that one. What the hell is that chicken doing? I'm not even gonna bother right now. I'll deal with that when I get to it. I'm just ignore it. FNAF 3, ladies and gentlemen.
Follow, but the truth is hard to swallow. Follow me! Five Nights at Freddy's 3. Okay, I think this is one of the most underrated FNAF games in the entire series. Now, I understand why this game is sort of overlooked when it comes to pretty much like gameplay-wise, because honestly, I think the gameplay itself is a little bit weird. You see, in this game, you don't fend off against multiple animatronics, except for one, and his name is Springtrap, the guy that pretty much causes all of the issues, and he's pretty much stuck in this animatronic suit, and only his lust for vengeance and anger keep him alive. This man looks creepy as shit, and I love him for it. Anyway, so this game takes place 30 years in the future, where essentially Fazbear Entertainment, or the company that pretty much runs the Freddy Fazbear's pizzerias, they're pretty much like shut down, just, completely dead. And then a group of people decide to capitalize on all the urban legends and all the fucked up shit that happened in these pizzerias and make a horror attraction. And you play as the night guard, essentially watching it. Now, the first night isn't anything special. It's pretty much just an introduction to this whole new place you're pretty much guarding over. However, the thing about this is that the second night, things get a bit more real, because they actually find Springtrap. and Springtrap actually shows up in the second night. It actually makes more sense because throughout the narrative, the phone guy starts to explain that, hey, look, we finally found something.
But I have an even better surprise for you. You're not gonna believe this. We found one. A real one. Gotta go, man. Well look, it's in there somewhere. I'm sure you'll see it.
Great. Anyways, so the general gameplay is essentially, survive 5 nights, like usual. But instead of fending off multiple animatronics, you're pretty much fending off against one, Springtrap. You got your good old reliable camera. You can look around the whole little haunted horror attraction place. You get to use Balloon Boy's voice to distract Springtrap and take him to another room so he stays away from your room. You get vent cams, ceiling vents, and then you also have this little maintenance pad you have to pretty much keep tabs on because, god damn it, does this place have a lot of major problems. You see, one of the big problems with this location is the lack of care that was put into it. You have camera issues, audio issues, and you also have ventilation issues, meaning that you also have to reboot these settings and reboot ventilations and reboot all this shit because God forbid you start blacking out all of a sudden, the animatronic is in your fucking room. You also have these spooky, decayed, burnt versions of the animatronics in the previous games. They're called Phantom versions of the old animatronics that we all know and love. Phantom Freddy, Chica, Foxy, and Bonnie, and all these other animatronics. They're essentially hallucinations that fuck up your whole breathing and ventilation system, so you have to reboot it constantly. What I find interesting about this is that this game pretty much takes what was the norm and kind of changes it up a little bit. What I mean by that is the jump scares. In 1 and 2, when you get jump scared, that's game over. You're dead. That's it. Okay? But in this game, most of the jump scares come from the Phantom animatronics. When you get jump scared by a Phantom, you don't die because they're just a hallucination. They're not really there. And I find it to be a really interesting way of changing up the game while using normal jump scares to not kill you, but a really weird, goofy looking jump scare from Springtrap does kill you. As creepy as Springtrap is, his jump scare is so non-threatening. My man literally just walks up in your crib and says, hey, what's up? That's it. That's literally all he does. The puppet from the second game, he shows up and I guess he's like part of the narrative in some way. I guess he shows up and wants to burn the place to the ground, I guess in the lore, but I don't really know what that has to do with anything. It's just a weird thing. Just don't check Cam 8 because he likes to show up there and then completely distract you while Springtrap is about to kill you. Yay, I like this so much. Also, not to mention, this is the first game that incorporates multiple endings. You see, you got the good ending, then you got the bad ending. If you just play the game straight through, you get the bad ending, which pretty much means, like, the spirits or whatever are still mad, like, the souls haven't been put to rest. But the way you get the good ending is essentially by looking up how to do it, because God knows people were fucking around and finding out. You got these little 8-bit mini games you had to complete. Now, the thing about these is that, if you play them on their own pretty casually, you still get the bad ending. However, if you do this little thing called researching how to get it, or fuck around and find out, and you will essentially be breaking these mini games, finding different ways of solving these little puzzles they give you, then you get the good ending where pretty much the souls are laid to rest. That's wholesome, and that's nice. And just figuring out how to access certain mini games and doing all this bullshit feels extremely cryptic and just kind of unfair, to the point where you pretty much just have to look up a walkthrough on how to finish and on how to complete this game, because it's so fucking weird. Like for instance, one of the ways you unlock a certain mini game and continue is by essentially clicking on this group of tiles like they're a phone. Who in their right minds think to click on anything else besides what you're supposed to be clicking on? This game essentially became a Easter egg hunt finder, because that's all it was when it came out. Anyways, so overall, as much as I kind of complained about it, I really do appreciate what this game did for the franchise. Tried to wrap up the story so that it could feel more like it was a conclusion, and it gave it a bit more of a happy ending for the spirits, pretty much being what I would consider a really good ending to the series. A way to just finish it off, but then, oh boy, a certain game came out and kind of fucked that all up for all of us, and made the story and lore much more complicated. But you know what though? No, I'm just gonna avoid that one for a while, okay?
Imagine the sheer amount of OSHA violations this place has. You know, the floor creaks, the roof leaks, the disparaged building has fire hazards, constant maintenance needs to be on the ventilation, not to mention a dead guy that's in a animatronic suit that is out for murder. If this place does not get the lowest grade possible, I don't know what will. Oh, hello there, buddy. How you doing? You got me a fucking cupcake? What is it? Let me see it. You're really trying to kill me, aren't you? Okay. Alright, well, this is what I think of your fucking cupcake.
Hello, Matthew.
What the hell? Is that a voice? Is that a person? Where are you?
It's me, Matthew. I've noticed you've been holding off on one game.
Oh yeah? And what would that be?
Five Nights at Freddy's 4.
Oh, well, aren't you a genius? Anyways, I'm gonna move on to the next.
No, you will play FNAF 4.
How about no, you crazy plush bastard?
You will play it and give your thoughts on it.
Well, here's my thoughts on it. Fuck it, it's insane.
But you didn't play, and your conscience will never be satisfied unless you complete your task.
Oh, well, how did you know I have OCD?
Because I am a part of you.
Yeah, and I'm drinking with the bear animatronic.
Precisely.
You know what? Fair point. But I'm still not playing the goddamn game.
I will have to make you live. Wait, no, what are you doing? No.
Okay, wonderful. Now I can—
Hello, Matthew.
God damn it!
You thought shipping me off to Scott Cawthon would make the pain go away.
No, that's why I have a big bottle of whiskey.
There is no skipping it, Matthew.
Okay, alright, so, FNAF Sister Look here. God damn it. There really is no getting rid of you, is there?
Play it.
Fine, I'll play it. Everyone get in here! I am not playing this game by myself. Alrighty, I got everybody here. Let's fucking go.
Things haven't been the same since my birthday. We went to Fazbear's. That was the worst day. Five Nights at Freddy's 4. Hell no. Anyways, so Five Nights at Freddy's 4 takes place in a house where you essentially take control of a child fending off these animatronic, horrifying nightmares of animatronics. These Freddy Krueger-like looking motherfuckers terrorize this poor boy, this poor child, and me as well. So pretty much what you gotta do is you pretty much gotta go check the doors, and then you have to essentially listen for breathing, because the whole gimmick of this game is listening. Great, my least favorite thing to do in a horror game is listen. Fun! I love this so much. Yeah, pretty much you just have to maneuver around the room, check the closet, see if Foxy's in there, check around your bed, make sure the little Freddle fucks are, not building up and creating Freddy Krueger, pretty much. And the thing about this game, too, that I find really horrifying about it is the constant ambience and noises of just how purely horrifying it is. God damn, did Scott Cawthon get this game right when it came to scaring the absolute shit out of you. Also, if you're going to play this game on handheld mode, I highly recommend you go sit in the toilet and play this, because you are going to be going through all kinds of pairs of pants if you don't do so. I almost pissed my pants and almost shit my pants constantly. This game is fucking horrifying. My heart raced every time I got to a door and was listening. Because here's the problem with it. If you go to a door and you hear them breathing and you shut it for a little bit, sometimes the breathing sounds and the ambience get kind of jumbled up together, so you can't tell if they're actually breathing or not. That's fucking fun. And you can't sit there and just hold the door for super long, because the little Freddle fucks will just build up over time, because you have to constantly keep going back to the back of the room to the bed, flashing the lights to keep him at bay. Then you also got to go to the closet and make sure Foxy stays in his fucking proper place and turns back to a plushie. Then you also got Bonnie and fucking Chica just sitting off the other sides of the room, and if you just wait too long at one door, they're gonna hop in there and eat your asshole. Great. Also, not to mention the significant lore changes this game adds, the weird backstory and the strange placement of continuity this game has. Is it a dream, or are they actually weird little discs and illusions and all kinds of bullshit? This game did nothing but add more problems to the overall narrative of Five Nights at Freddy's. Honestly, I can't. Oh, god damn it! Also, not to mention this motherfucker named Golden Fredbear, who is a menace. This man can pretty much do everything the other animatronics can do, but a little bit better. And then, once you're able to get past him, you also have Another Night. Fan-fucking-tastic! You also have this dark black version of him called Nightmare, or Nightmare Fredbear, I think is his name. I don't know, because I don't give a shit, because I never completed this night, because I could never fucking do it. God damn, is this game insane. Just the overall atmosphere and environments, just the way this game is played is literally fucking with me constantly because of how goddamn frightening it is. The way, the sound design, the look and the appeal of it, the constant barking of a random dog. Where the fuck is this dog? I don't understand where it is. It's barking, but I don't see it. What? And then constantly just worrying, the anxiety of every time you walk up to a door and you don't hear it. Sometimes you can't hear the breathing, and sometimes the game likes to fuck with you and say, yeah, no, they actually are there. As much as I bitched about this game and how frightening it is, it's actually not a bad game. I think it's a good one. It's just, overall though, as terrifying as this game is, it's a pretty good game. You know, mechanically, fundamentally, it's a terrifying game, but it does make sense.
You know what, guys? I'm gonna go take a piss, okay? I'll be right back. Alright, let me see the... Oh, hell no. Hell no. Nope. I'm pissing outside.
One piss later.
Well, you're getting predictable, man. Come on, think of a different strategy.
We open real soon. Join the animatronic family! Join us for a bite! Five Nights at Freddy's sister location. Okay, so this is one of those games where I feel like wasn't inherently necessary. Just like FNAF 4, I don't think this game was necessary for the franchise, but I do understand why it exists. More so along the lines of trying to move forward with the narrative and the overall story of the franchise. This game tries to essentially explain a lot of the things that have gone down in the backstory of the main killer, the purple guy, or William Afton. You see, the theme of the franchise became from supernatural, unexplained horror to more of, I'm gonna explain everything to you, but in a really weird way. And oh yeah, no, by the way, this is all just sci-fi now. It's really weird, and it's not really the direction I would have went with the story, and not really direction I really liked. But with the gameplay itself, you pretty much just go through this weird building called Circus Baby World, or maybe it's actually an underground bunker. I don't really know. I can't tell anymore because there's a lot of theories going around, and maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I don't fucking know. This game also ties a lot in with the other continuities in the books and shit when it comes to the overall universe of Five Nights at Freddy's. God damn it, I hate the fucking lore of this series now. It's so ridiculous. Go through this whole underground facility in this little bunker, which is pretty much like the home base of these animatronics that were created for this place called Circus Baby's World. And Freddy Fazbear is no longer the main mascot. It's this clown bitch who's essentially named Baby. And you hear her voice throughout the game as she tries to sort of be this unreliable narrator or somebody that's like an unreliable source of information that helps you. As she's pretty much like somebody that helps you along the way and also doesn't help you. She kind of dicks you over near the end of the game. And pretty much you just going through each night, completing different tasks, which I do appreciate the new variety of this. You have to fend off against these little bitty puppets that are trying to essentially kill you. You have to fend off underneath the fucking desk, hold this thing in place, and then go around giving animatronics electric shots. Oh, great. Yay. I really just want to piss off these guys before they murder me. Great. Then in the second night, you pretty much have to reboot all of the system software, and you pretty much have to keep Funtime Freddy away from you, even though this motherfucker is looming over me. Oh, good God. This man is literally looming over me constantly. You have to keep playing audio for him to go back to sleep after the lights flash constantly of him looming over your fucking body. God, this man is frightening. Then you also got to avoid Bellora's room, where you have to essentially, walk very slow, and then when you hear the music, you have to be quiet. It just feels like a whole filler segment. Then you have night 3, where you essentially have to walk in another hallway, flash a beacon light in front of Funtime FOXY, and it's kind of boring. It's not really fun. It's just mind-numbing and really just lame. Then you have to take apart Fredbear and reboot him, I guess, and you have to catch the little puppet Bonbon and find him. Night 4 is probably the most frustrating and the most notorious for being the most frustrating night, because the whole night you're essentially trying to tighten up all these fucking springs while these little ballerina figures are trying to like climb on top of you. It's so fucking dark and you can barely see them. So I had to turn the brightness on the TV to the max just to see these little fuckers. It was ridiculous. The little guys will jump scare you and kill you. This is easily the worst and most boring night out of all of them, because you're not really doing anything, just doing this mind-numbing task and hoping to God that you can get through it. And it's not even really a fun challenge. It's more of just a chore to do. And you have to shake them off, but if you shake them off, you pretty much loosen up the spring locks. Great, yay! Not to mention this night takes place within exactly 3 minutes. And the method to essentially getting through this night is grabbing an actual stopwatch and timing 3 minutes when you start actually tightening the spring locks. God, I fucking hate this night. And I know I'm not the only one that hates this night. No, night 5, you pretty much just fuck around with Circus Baby, listen to her, walk through darkness. Then you have like one of two options, where you go to this scooping room where you get fucking scooped up, and then this dude named Ennard, who is essentially a compilation of all the animatronics, pretty much just go inside you, and then you become another purple guy. Oh, God fucking damn it. Really? More purple guys? Really? Okay, that's fun. Then you have another mode where you're essentially doing what is pretty much a reminiscent of all of the other games. You see, you're essentially trying to fend off against Ennard, where you're in this office. This night pretty much takes everything that was so interesting about the other games, the doors, the lights, and everything from FNAF 1. Then you got the single animatronic from FNAF 3 and the vents. And then you also got the fucking audio cues from FNAF 4. Then you also got the crazy ass reaction time, speed, high maintenance bullshit from FNAF 2. When it comes to gameplay, I think this is the best part of the game itself. Overall, though, when it comes to narrative and story, personally, I'm not a big fan of it. As far as this game goes, I think it's fine. I really do appreciate the variety of the nights, the different how every night is pretty much different compared to the other games, where every night is similar. They just get progressively harder and they add new things every night. However, with this game, it's every night is structured differently. And I can see the appeal to this game, because FNAF fans are pretty much just wanting more shit and more content to, you know, shove in their mouths and enjoy in the series. Which, you know, I don't blame people for liking this game or liking any of the lore or the aspects of it. I think Scott got a little too carried away when it comes to the overall lore. I do appreciate the way that the story was structured and the ideas for it, but I also don't really care for the sci-fi, science fiction-esque style of it. For me personally, I prefer the spooky, supernatural side of the first, 3 games. I think Sister Location is a fine game for itself. I think it really did push Scott's limits as a writer and tried to really push more into making more convoluted stories and having a hard time understanding what the fuck is going on even more. But, yeah, pretty much.
Get stupid, bitch! What the hell? Wait, hold on a second. You guys can communicate the whole time?
Yar, we finally got the budget for our voices.
Well, that's awful convenient.
Ye it be.
Okay, anyways, so since we can all communicate with each other and talk to each other and everything, why are you guys still, possessing the animatronic dolls? Why don't you guys just... aren't you guys ghosts or something?
We're more along the lines of angry spirits.
Furry phantoms. Supernatural apparitions.
Same thing, synonyms. Anyways, why don't you guys just move on to the afterlife or some shit?
Nay, we have unfinished business.
Well, you get murdered on your birthday and see how you feel.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
We give kids their birthdays every day, and yet we have never gotten ours back.
Wait, hold on a second. All you guys were killed on your birthdays?
I was killed when I turned 9. I was going to turn 7.
I was going to be 11. Me age were to be 8.
Oh man, that's unfortunate. Hold on, I'll be right back, you guys. I was gonna save this cake for a special occasion, but I think you guys need it more than I do.
A cake? A birthday cake?
Yeah, no, it's just a cake for the birthday you guys never had. You know, sometimes I forget you guys are just kids, all those pranks and the murderous intent, you weren't actually evil, you guys just wanted to have fun. So you know what? I think you guys deserve this. Oh wow, it looks like their spirits got set free, but Freddy, you're still here. Is something wrong, buddy?
You know, I never really made any friends before I died.
Oh, well, Freddy, come on. I thought we were friends, man. Yeah, buddy, yeah, no. But wait a second, what about Foxy, Bonnie, and Chic? God damn it, Freddy, you willy-nilly, silly old fast fuck bear! God damn it, dude! What the hell is your problem? Well, it's 6 a.m. Time for bed.